Hey, Warrior Saints, good morning. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Father Chris here. Glad to have you beautiful people in with us on the second day of 2022. I know it's January 4, but it's the second day of our teaching this week as we started yesterday. And we've been talking about newness, obviously, the new year. And we think about all of the resolutions that we set and the promises that we make to ourselves to be a better man, the best man that I can be this year, or a better woman, the best gal I can be this year. I'm going to make this year great. And then we find, as we talked about yesterday, that very often all those resolutions and those promises that we make to ourselves fall away rather quickly. In fact, we've discovered that more than 80% of all New Year's resolutions are gone before we even get to February. Can you imagine? So it took us less than a month, and we found even more that most of that number actually falls away in the first week of January. So how do we make our resolutions stick? How do we make a difference, a change in our life? And one of the things that I think is probably the most important, or let's say this, it's certainly one of the most important, comes to us from our beloved Susanna. So Sue and her husband Halim came to visit us a few weeks ago, and we were talking, and I said, what do you want to talk about? And she said, eating healthy. I said, great, because the machine, you got to take care of it, right? Like imagine a car. Just think about a car. As you drive a brand new car off the lot, it's immediately in trouble because it's always depreciating. And I don't necessarily mean in monetary value, but with time and with use, the car starts to wear out. I mean, it's a machine that wears down over time. So does the body, because it's a similar kind of machine. With your car, you got to put in good fuel, right? Because that will help affect the performance. That's why people sometimes with the fancier, more expensive cars, they want to put in the 91 octane versus the 87 because it helps the engine or whatever they're selling us, right? But with the human body machine, it's definitely true. I'm going to be cliche today, but you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. And it's this garbage. That's what I'm talking about. If we do not eat healthy, we're going to find ourselves in trouble. The body is breaking down from the moment, I heard this saying once, it's a toughie, but it's beautiful and dreadful. But from the moment you're born, you begin to die. And I think what the author of that statement meant was that moment of birth, we're just heading towards our physical death when the body eventually will break down. My prayer for you, Warrior Saints, is that's 100 years. But we all know that the body slowly, especially when you get to a certain age, starts to deteriorate. Take care of it. Put the right stuff in it. Don't eat the whites, right? Like sugar. Stay away from that kind of stuff. Flours, all that kind of, the corn starches, all that kind of stuff, right? Stay away. Eat quality, healthy food. Eat fresh vegetables and fruits. Not only, I'm not saying to be a vegan, but like don't put in, junk into your body. Eat less, right? We don't have to eat so darn much. I mean, you look at the calorie count of most of the things we as Americans consume, and we're like, holy cow. Like, so speaking of the Starbucks, right? Listen to this story. A parishioner went, when I was teaching Bible study one evening, had gone to Starbucks and came with two, I forget what they call those, like Frappuccinos. Yeah, they're like the frozen blended drinks. And they were the big ones. One was caramel, one was chocolate. He's like, Father, I brought one for you and I'll have the other. Which do you want? I'm like, oh, baby, chocolate for sure. So I drank the thing real quick before Bible study. And bro, I was like high as a kite. I was bouncing off the walls. I was talking even faster than I'm talking right now. I was like, blah, 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 the whole time. And I got home. I couldn't sleep. I was just juiced. And finally, I'm like, what in the heck's in this thing? I looked it up. Guess how many calories in that coffee drink? 1,800. 1,800. Can you imagine? The human body, most people are only supposed to consume between 1,500 and 2,000 a day, right? And I guzzled that thing more than my body needed in one cup of coffee before Bible study. No wonder I couldn't sleep, right? Like put a good caloric intake of, eat the right amount of calories. That's what I'm saying, right? Like all of these things, we have to be mindful of it. And here's the key. And this is important. You cannot be flippant about it, right? You have to be able to say, I've got a plan on how I'm going to do this. Why do you think your resolutions dissolve and fall away so darn quickly? Because you got no plan and you're not specific and you're not clear, right? Like if you say, I want to be healthy this year, what's that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. I mean, what does that mean? I want to be healthy. How are you going to be healthy? How are you going to get there? What does healthy mean? What does it look like? What are the things you're going to do? Where you're going to go? What foods you're going to buy? What exercise? All that kind of stuff. What does that even mean? Right? So you have to plan your resolutions to be successful. You have to plan them properly. To do that, sometimes we don't know what to do, but we did the research. warriorsaints.org. we put together, it's the most recent lesson in our Way of the Warrior Saint library. It's called How to Accomplish Your New Year's Resolutions. It's exactly that. And if you want to make 2022 the best year of your life, which I know you do, we're in this journey with you. We're trying to do that. I'm trying to make 22 the best year I've ever had in my life. I'm working hard at it already. And if you want to do the same thing, come with us. We're in this together. Let's stop making the excuses. Let's conquer the monsters of poor health and poor diet. Visit warriorsaints.org right now. Just stop what you're doing, visit this website, and subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint, because in that you will see this beautiful lesson along with a gazillion others that you have complete access to. And that lesson's called How to Accomplish Your New Year's Resolutions. That's it. It works. It ain't me, because I ain't that smart, but it's distilling knowledge from people around the world and ultimately helping us become God-fearing men. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the physical aspect of that good health. Until then, get there, subscribe. Love ya. Keep walking on the Way of the Warrior Saint.